Hey YouTube, hey YouTube, hey YouTube, hey YouTube, hey YouTube, hey YouTube.
I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Definitely feels like I have picked the wrong week. 2 weeks to quit sniffing glue. It has been a tough 2 weeks. Been up to my neck in remodeling, and sorry that I've not been streaming like I want to be. I just really am hyper focused on getting this done. It's a very big job at our church, and a lot of it's falling on me, and that's okay. I'm doing it and getting it taken care of. Derpy Hooves, our special guest, will be joining us as soon as she wraps up with the FMV race. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The good old days of sniffing glue. Yeah, and the big fat magic markers. You remember those from school? You like. I love that. How's it going, Skydozer? Uh, yeah. Right. I'm a little bit late because right when I started to do it, OBS failed. It dropped out and kept wanting to run in safe mode. And I've always been told, do not let it run in safe mode. It will just end up messing up. So to all of you that I was chatting with earlier before, I think I still might have most of it. Yeah. McFly's, Remy Carrera. Yeah. Yeah. McFly says that Jarvis and Derpy would be cool together. Yeah. That was, I think that's before I could pull that up. Let me look. No, right here. Right here it is. Yeah, that would sound cool, but she can't hear it. So, When does smelling become sniffing? When you do it intentionally. You just do it too much. Yep, when you're printing out school assignments. Yeah, that big fat black magic marker. We'd use it for like signs or something like that. All right. Yeah. Infinity Loops, how's it going, my brother? How are you? I have felt like I have not streamed in 2 months. It hadn't been that long, but it has been a while. And I had scheduled for Mrs. Derpy Hooves to come on and share a little bit about, her perspective of FPV. I did tell her, Heads, that I wasn't going to be eating any beans and toast. And she laughed and said, you guys didn't do it right. And I told her, I said, I don't think there is any way to do it right. But so, yeah. Yeah, she's no beans and toast. What's up, Pest? Good to see you. Audio sounds extra good. New mic? Yeah, I got it moving around. Got it actually right up here where I can get on it without it making a noise every time I hit the table or something like that. Yep. New mic and slowly getting things worked out in here. Thinking about going to a different software, maybe Streamlabs or something other than Melon for multiple people on there. Thanks, man. I am winding. Are you actually winding motors? Wow. Melon is the, it used to be called Streamlabs Talk Studio, or maybe it was Melon, and then they changed it to Streamlabs Talk Studio. Remember back when you come on one time when I was running, it was either StreamYard or Melon. It's a browser-based multiple person weighing motors. It's a multi, kind of like a Zoom web browser for live streaming. It's got all of that on it, and it's a whole lot easier, I think, than regularly having someone on like Skip or something like that. Let me see. Can't find the room. Re-invite me. Okay. Let me go back here. Derpy's looking for us, so let me invite. Create an invite. Going out to you now. There she is. All right. If you can get your audio and video going, Derpy will switch over. I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. So there she is. There's her video. Seems a little, yeah, you're kind of laggy. I'm going to go ahead and switch my video around. So when I switch to the Discord, look at the PM. Yep. It's probably the AM over there or close to it. StreamYard, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, I used to use StreamYard for a while and then switched to Melon. There you go, Derpy. All right, let me fix my camera, and because I need to reverse it because Discord doesn't like my camera. All right. Well, guys, without further ado, our special guest tonight is Mrs. Derpy Hooves, fresh out of FMV racing. I don't know how she did tonight because I wasn't on. I haven't been on in the past couple of weeks. But here she is, the one and only Mrs. Derpy Hooves. Oh, what? There we go. Oh, hang on a second. I got to read. OBS just laid down on me right before the stream. Let me properties. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yes, yes. Do that. There we go. We can use screen. We will use screen because Discord is locked up. Give me a moment here, Miss. There's Miss Derpy right there. Let's do this. And I want to turn myself off in the corner. Let's see. Did I messed up feature chat? It's always something with me, Derpy. It's just always something.
No, it's cool.
You have an echo?
Do I?
No. I thought you were saying you had an echo. I'm sorry. I am not on my A game, and my A game is not good when it is an A game. So how are you? We got you on the screen here. You're here with everybody. Well known by most people in FPV, but is this the first live stream that you've been on in person, camera, and all of that?
I've been on with Skittles, but that's about it.
Oh, been on with Dan. Yeah. Dan's a comfortable start. We'll take it easy. We're all about having fun here, and so I've got some questions for you, and of course we all want to get to know you. I'm going to read the chat, and I'll put it up on the screen. Skydozer says, "Hello, Derpy," and Infinity Loop says, "Derpy Hooves, you deserve a cup of Rosie Lee. She will attack you with a broom." No way, it's Derpy.
Hello, Mr. Man.
Mr. Man. Well, so
no, I will say before we carry on, yes, there is a bounty on Mr. Man for beating him with a broom. You have to have video evidence, and there will be a surprise prize for you.
All right.
Only the first person to get the video win.
Okay, now you beating, especially in the South, is a subjective word.
Okay.
Do we need to leave marks?
Gently caress him with a broom.
Okay, so does it have to leave like bruises or something? Or
he's underage. We can't bruise him.
Can't. Okay, so we have to wrap a pool noodle around the broomstick handle. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Then you can beat him good. That's right. Yeah. And the bounty goes to a larger audience. Ah. So does it
come here, Miss Man?
She's going to whoop you from all the way across the pond. That's what's going to happen. Right?
No, my mission on it was for him to be scared of going to any event, and now he's petrified of brooms. So
petrified of brooms. The bare minimum is getting dog hair in my ice cream.
Yeah.
Exiled Scoob, how's it going? Hey. All right. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the chat. Jarvis has turned off tonight, so if you really want to get my attention tonight in the chat, just put my name in there. 73 FPV says hello, Miss Derpy Hooves.
Hello,
great to see you. So we'll go for a little while with the commiserations here, and everyone's saying hello. I do apologize, Derpy, for not being more of a prepared host. I'm normally not anyway.
mean?
I normally don't. $1.99 super chat. Marty, get the Derpy Hooves some aluminium. Is that right? Did I say it right? He said.
I'm gonna say, make it $5, and I might say it. Come on, put the funds in.
If make it $5 and she will say it. Get her to say aluminum or aluminium. She's thrown it down there. She will say it, but only for a $4.99 and above, right? Because Apple people, it'll be $4.99, right?
Yeah, we say $5, $4.99 if you want me to say a specific phrase in British.
Ooh, in British. All right. So I have it on my soundboard. Got that aluminum on tap. That's what Ed says.
Yeah,
He does.
He voice raped me while I didn't know it.
Right. Well, I think he still is it true, Heads, that you still have a slap of my feet, of one of my feet? Somebody asked to see my foot or my toes or something like that on there, and I think it's one of Head's slaps that will come up, one of the rare ones, I guess. I don't know. I do, even in the streams without Jarvis or Robot Lady. The right people know what's up. There you go. Oh, that's correct.
Be so careful I don't get turned into a slap being on here.
Right. You don't want to start slapping. Don't. I haven't done anything.
Has your mic gone?
Hit the button. This mic is great, but if I hit it, when it turns red, it.
And I still can't hear you.
I turned it off again. There we go. Okay. I'll touch it. I'll touch it. I'll try to move it up here. There we go. That's the thing about having the microphone here. I see people do that in streams. I'm like, why are you always adjusting your microphone? I don't know. It's something about having something 4 inches from your chin that just makes you always want to move it. And if I even touch that button, it will turn it off. So it's a good quality mic. It's just, I don't like that on it. So let me ask you a few questions, and then you could throw some out there for us or for me if you want to. One, what does Derpy Hooves, does it mean something, or where does it come from?
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony is...
She was a background character to start off with, and one of the editors messed her eye up. So she got kind of some attention, and then they brought her in as... I don't know the correct term for this, I never have, as special needs is the best way to put it. So she's classed as one who has autism, ADHD, the rest of it. So they did try to wipe her out with people saying, oh, you can't have that in a cartoon. But there was a big petition, and we got her back.
Wow.
And because I'm so awkward, Derpy seems right.
Wow. So let me understand. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat too. So the illustrators, the artist, one of the artists messed up a new character, drew its eye messed up, maybe a little lazy or a little wonky eye.
Yeah.
And so instead of writing that character out, they decided to write it in as special needs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And see, I have a special needs daughter, so I'm kind of sympathetic to all that anyway. And so people actually fought or lobbied, if you will, for her to be brought back and to be a regular character.
Yeah, because they it's so difficult when you get onto politics and these kind of subjects, but basically people were saying, oh, you can't have a person like that, and it's not nice against special needs people and the rest of it. So they obviously removed her. So people were like, no, we want her in there. So the petition got her back.
There's special needs people in our real lives, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to see anything that a lot of chat going on between other people. Again, like if you want me to just put my name in there so that I will see it. Brundlefly says hello.
I like the
And
Skydozer likes bronies. He knows what he's on about. Yeah.
bronies. Okay.
Yeah. He must be an Applejack lover.
They are wood chipper food. Bronies. Bronies are not
Yeah.
people. They are wood chipper food. Okay.
Bronies love My Little Pony. They're just the men of it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Male fans of My Little Pony.
Okay. They're not like certain kind of files, are they?
I've got
Like
chat on my phone.
oh, okay. So you're watching too. Good. 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 You do a better job. She needs to catch up on chat. Well, I do have it in the super fast link thing, so that's actually cool. So you picked Derpy Hooves because she's just a little special and unique from everyone else.
Here's where I'm a mode 4 flyer.
Mode
So
4.
yeah, so my throttle and my pitch are the same, but my yaw and my roll are switched over. So
Now,
yeah,
I'm
so
just going to
you do the
ask.
face
I'm just going to ask you the question that I'm thinking. Why?
because I couldn't fly mode 2. It was impossible, and I was like, I can't do this. And then Mystery switched them over, and I could fly. And he was like, "You're so derpy," and I'm like, "There's my name."
Well, there you go. And hey, your flying speaks for itself. So it's a very good pilot in what was the word you used in a male dominated sport.
Sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull this down just a little bit so it's not over her. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, guys, she makes. Of course, I'm not fast. Those of you that know me, I am not a fast racer. I just like to hang out with people and all of that. But Derpy, she
I'm not
is up
fast.
there. Oh, you're a lot faster
I'm
than I.
average. Yeah, I'm average. There's a lot more out there better than me.
Yeah. So does that make me below average?
No, you're the same. I've watched you fly your whoop. Don't you
Yeah.
try and put yourself down.
I'm
You're
I
good.
actually am better in real life than I am on the sim. The sim is just it's odd for me. It's odd.
If you don't grind the sim, then I don't know. It's a simulator. It
Yeah.
will never be real life. And even tonight, the way the gate triggers are just so annoying. Like real life, you can just go over a gate and you're over the gate. You're done. Not have to be in that
A
set box.
certain area. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
Mr. Man says derp is speed. Dirt be fast to me. Who's the fastest
all
female
right,
pilot in the UK? That's a good question. That's
me.
you. All right. All right.
And
Now,
do you want to know why? Because
'cause-
I'm the only female race pilot. Because there's some freestylers, as you know from Maria, they go out freestyling. That there is no one else but me
now
doing the racing.
I thought Piefly was actually in school in Europe right now, isn't she?
She may be, but she's not flying at the minute.
But she's not racing, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm the best in England,
you're
not in
the
Europe. Europe has some amazing female pilots.
right. Right. What part of your of I guess Great Britain that you're from?
Oxford,
Oxford. Oh, okay. Is that near the school?
the university that's
Yes.
about just up the road.
Oh,
in
okay.
American terms.
Okay.
About 5 blocks away, knowing
Okay. About 5
America.
blocks
So
away.
it's not far.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Derpy is the fastest in the UK, right? That means she can run away. Derpy is the queen, 7-3 FPV says. Um,
I'm no way posh. And I'll say it for you, Brundlefly. Aluminium. There you go.
aluminium. So, in your opinion, which is the correct way to say the word? Aluminum or aluminium?
Aluminium.
Is that
It's got an I.
it's got an I in it?
Yeah.
So
Aluminium.
so that's what I've never looked it up. It's one of those things is, if you look it up, if you have like a American version of Webster's, does it pronounce it aluminum or does it pronounce it aluminium? I don't know. It's one of the things to
Well, how do you say minimum?
minimum.
Yeah. And it's
Minimum.
al.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aluminium. I could just confuse you there.
Aluminium.
We're yeah.
Ah.
We're very much a country that is phonics.
See, that was my problem in school. I never got hooked on Pahonics. Pahonics. Did you get that one?
Yeah. It's like it's like, damn, this wasn't on Wednesday.
That's right. And some of
Yep.
my friends are from Knoxville. Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
I love Wednesday. That's how I taught my son to say it.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, it's not Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Mann says the first documentation of aluminum was spelt aluminum.
Aluminium. Yeah.
Aluminum. Aluminium. I know when I first noticed that was there used to be a show on several years ago that I loved. It's called Junkyard Wars, and it was hosted over there in England. And they went to a junkyard, and they just have to build
Yeah,
something.
they build all their yeah. Oh,
And
that was brilliant.
yeah, and it was like, and you got to make it out of aluminium. The lady was on there, and I was like, aluminium? What's she talking about? Of course, I live in the South, so there's things we say different than even what. Oh, I'm trying to think of his name. Bobby Bags, Piasta. I love Bobby. Love his accent.
Yeah, just being with Bobby. I have to say it correctly because I want to say his name is so different, which always goes through my mind, but I have to tell myself Bobby.
Right. What do you want to say, Bubby?
No. I can't say it on stream.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You could just you can just imagine.
English has another has another word for him, and if I was to pronounce that, Brundle would go crazy right now, right? Right, I got you. New England has the best clam chowder. Hey, it said it. If he was twins, that would make it great. If Bobby Bags was twins, that would.
Why are you saying boobies?
A policeman. Double A. What got you into FPV? I'll get to my questions.
This is going to be a shout out to Ribbit and Rue, if anyone still remembers her. She's departed and that. But one time Mr. E was watching iGirl, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm going to be doing iGirl." I was like, "Oh, what's that?" Because I've spent 8 years sitting in a field while he's been flying, reading a book, whatever, letting him get on with it. And I watched it.
So you was a book. So you were a go to the race book reading. No, supportive wife, right?
He freestyled. We just went out to random fields.
Oh, okay.
Fly around trees and do whatever. And I'd tag along, take our son in the pram, some snacks. We'd just sit on a bench, let him just carry on,
Okay.
keep an eye out for people, dogs, whatever, because you have to have spotters. The UK rules are just ridiculous. And
Right.
when he started doing iGo, I started watching videos, saw Rue, saw this and that, and thought, oh, I might give this a try. And
Yeah.
then it went from there.
Yeah.
So it is
It's
thanks to them.
it's kind of a similar story to Charlito. You know, she would come and to the races with Dreadpool and
Yep.
Charlito, and she would, as she told me, I think I'm telling the story correctly, that she would take her a book or something like that and be reading. And one day I think she tried out a whoop or something and just started whoop racing. And I went to a race and her and I were like neck and neck. And then the next month I come back to another race in Knoxville and she's like cleaning the floor with me. So
Oh,
yeah,
she's megally cleaning the floor even with Dreadpool. She's just
yeah,
kaboomed in racing. She's amazing. And
yeah,
even Bumblebee, she's what, I don't know
yeah,
how long she's been flying, not very long, and she's up there too.
yeah,
Even in FMV, I've got to watch out for Bumblebee now. I need to put a bit more
yeah,
time in.
yeah. You know, before I've been into FPV for a long time with airplanes, not FPV, but RC. But I was into reloading and competitive or target shooting, just marksmanship. And I'm a girl dad. I have 2 daughters and a wife, and I'm the only testosterone in the house. But my wife and my daughters, when it comes to a pistol, because it's not as much about the hand strength as it is, the way that just the control that women have over their hands. Women generally make better pistol shooters than men. Annie Oakley, stuff like, of course, she shot a lot with a rifle and stuff. And I see that, some women that if they apply themselves, I think they can be, in my opinion, some of the best pilots in the world, and quickly overtake their spouses, their friends, and whoever's around them. So, I see that happening quite a bit. I wish my wife could fly with me. She's not in a situation where she can, but and I come in today where I've been doing all of the remodeling and my drone bench and live stream station is like I left it 2 weeks ago, and it's like everything is sad. It's like you left us, you haven't done anything. So let me get back to the questions about you. So how long have you been flying? You got into it by watching.
I would say on the sim it'd be 4 years at Christmas, because that was my first step in flying. I was like, I want a controller so I can play on Velocidrone. So that was 4 years, and I'd say about 3.5 years now.
Okay. Yeah. Any aspirations, not counting the monetary hurdle, is there any possibility that we may see you at an IO one day?
One day, yeah.
All right.
One day.
That's good.
Or Woodtopia. I might not fly at Woodtopia, but it sounds silly, but obviously got a 12-year-old
Uh-huh.
work to consider. Between me and Mr. E, we care for his mum. So, it's a situation that if we come to America, we wouldn't want a full day event, not when it costs $3,000 just to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's not with anything else involved.
yeah. And I perfectly understand that, though this hobby is great, there are a lot of things that need to come before the hobby. Your family, taking care of your children and the elderly and all of that. It's very noble, a very noble thing. That's what my wife does. My youngest, who will be 26 Saturday, she is disabled, and can't walk and can talk, but not much. And she's like a toddler in a 26-year-old body. And my wife and my oldest stay home and they take care of her. And that's I have a lot of respect for someone that that gives so much for other people.
Well, my job that thank God I'm going back to this next month is I work night dementia care, so
Oh,
I
okay.
understand where you're
Right.
coming from on the care side.
Yeah. And that's tough because, you know, uh, being a pastor, I counsel a lot with people. And my wife's grandmother, she ended up getting dementia. But she used to tell my wife something a long time ago. She would come to her and she'd kind of pinch her cheeks and she would say, "Sweet young ladies grow up to be sweet old ladies." And when she got to the place that her filter, as you know, with dementia and stuff, the filter goes, right? It's just, there's no filter, there toward the
Oh
end.
yeah.
And so whatever is really on their mind, whatever they really think, that's what they're going to say. So, and she remained uh, just as um,
I
sweet
think
as
they're
she always was.
hilarious.
Yeah.
We have a couple, and one I think is getting on 103, and
Wow.
because of her generation, we have obviously South Africans working. I work with them. They're lovely colleagues and that, but they cannot go in her room. The abuse she gives them is just
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So there's a few like that they don't know they're doing wrong. They're from
Right.
when their mindset's back to when they're younger. There's a
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know what I mean. There was a class thing back then.
Yeah. So,
So
right. It was. It was. Uh,
yeah.
got another question here for you. 5-inch or micro drone?
Uh, at the moment 5-inch, but my favorite was 3-inch.
3-inch?
I spent 2 years in angle mode. That will annoy E-Dog. So it took a while for him to get me out of that. But yeah, no, I don't know, uh, old school gamer. Like I said, I'm mode 4 because I
Yeah.
was used to doing everything with on the left stick of a controller. But
Right.
when I fly whoops, I have to use the right stick. And I still find switching from micro to 5-inch so
Yeah.
weird. So I haven't touched a whoop
Yeah.
since last winter.
Wow. See, I've got a friend, and they were members on the channel. I haven't talked to them in a while. Uh, it was a husband and wife, and the wife's brother and his wife. They all started flying. They all joined our local chapter and would come out and fly. And he, the the husband, quickly switched to mode 3 because he's a gamer, and he ended up switching all of their remotes, so all 4 of them were like mode 3. And the problem that they run into with mode 3,
Asshole. Sorry, language.
that's all right.
As mystery.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell him he can come on if he wants to. He can pop his head in here.
1 second. Shout him. He's hiding.
He's hiding. He doesn't want to come
Yeah.
from a
That's
different
why his
time.
name's Mr. That's why his name's Mr. E.
Okay. Explain.
Mystery. It's a
Mystery.
mystery. Yeah.
Ah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So he hides
I
away.
see. Oh, now 8-bit's gone and changed his avatar. That's definitely not 8-bit. So he's been a bit cryptic with his avatar there, yo. It's
Yeah.
MRE.
Yeah.
It's a
Well, it's
mystery.
really funny because when we were deciding, well, I was deciding on being Derpy. He said I should be Mrs. E, and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Because you're a misery." I'm like, "Seriously?"
I bet that got him a, a light slap or correction.
Oh no, we have a fun thing where we're always mean to each other. It's funny.
Yep,
We just take
that's
it with a pinch of salt.
that's me and my wife, my mother-in-law. She comes over and we're constantly sending zingers, right across the bow from each other, and my mother-in-law's like, are y'all fussing? No, not fussing. She's just dumb.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she doesn't, that generation, her generation doesn't get that. So, uh, yeah, I'm sorry, Brundle. I don't have slaps, brother. I'm not that technically advanced yet. So 3 inch. Now you talked about flying angle.
Yeah.
I think it's Philoblaster. If you're still on here, I think Philoblaster sometimes in whoop races still flies angle.
Oh, in whoops, I fly angle all the time.
Yeah.
But I was petrified, like when I first saw 5 inches, like this massive thing, and then there's the arm disarm, and I really felt like, because I mean, they really did scare me. It's like if I was going towards a crowd and I was out of control, I'd probably drop my controller and scream and run away. I wouldn't even think of disarming. So, like, I started off on 3 inch, a little bit, yeah. I'd be like, oh crap, goggles
I
up,
guess.
run, don't
Right.
let it hit me.
Right.
And I think it took those couple of years before, well, it's only, oh, I'd say beginning of this year, maybe last summer, that I actually picked up a 5 inch because the arm and disarm is in my brain now. I don't even think about it. You
Hmm.
go wrong, it's just like, oh, disarm.
Right.
So
Right.
I didn't think I was ready, and I've only done acro since summer,
Oh,
last summer, I believe, or beginning of the year.
wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Really, really
that's
coming
E-Doc's
along.
fault.
Yeah. Don't don't go back too far on my channel watching. Um, I live in the country and I'd set up a track around my house and I was flying a 5 inch on 4S, but and I'm just running laps with the lap RF, just trying to get faster and faster. And I was dumb. I put the start finish gate about 20 foot, 30 foot upstream, if you will, up track from where I was sitting on my front porch. And of course, this was out in the yard. And I didn't think I'm pushing. It's getting close toward the end of the day, and I'm pushing. Well, I clip the ground, and the quad goes into a roll. It hits the eave of my house right at the front porch in the aluminum. Uh, Puts a dent in that, and then comes down and hits me right here in the shoulder blade. Now, I was probably maybe a year and a half recovered from a traumatic brain injury with that, and it hit me. It felt like I got kicked by a mule. It was still probably going at least 50, 60 miles an hour. The full quad battery was still on it, and it hit me. And right here in my shoulder, it looked like what we call in the US a hickey of the motor, where it hit me so hard. And if it would have hit me in the head, or of course I had my goggles on, but if it would hit me in the head, it would have definitely at least been another concussion. And I was like, wow. And there's a clip of that on my channel. I pulled the DVR of it and slow it down, and I was like, wow, You know, you think a 6S or a 4S battery is probably about the weight and mass of a baseball. And if you was to hit somebody just right with a baseball flying at 60 to 90 miles an hour, it could kill them. And so I was like, wow, for a little while. And, you know, and because I'd hit my house and
I
I thought I'd busted the window at first because I heard the noise and it was like where it hit the aluminum or the aluminium,
aluminium.
the
Thank you.
aluminium. It sounded like ping, and I thought I busted the glass in the window behind me. So I was like, oh, man, no. So I, I'm a 3-inch guy. I'm actually faster with the twig, the 3.5-inch twig, or the tiny trainer than I am with a 5-inch. That's just that's just me.
I will say, look into noob spec.
Leap spec,
Noob, NOOB, noob spec.
noob spec. Okay,
The It's a kind of thing that Edoc and Mr. E chatted
okay.
about taking the Mickey out of something else, and they designed frames and everything. They got a little website going, and it's starting to pick up pretty good. So
All right.
it's kind of like putting your Whoop bits onto a different frame that has no ducts on, and they take them to car parks and that, and just blast them around. It's really brilliant. I'm scared
Ah,
of them as well.
so it's like 65 millimeter on a little carbon frame.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I know somebody that's been pushing to try to get that going here in the U.S. And I think that we're going to call it teen, tiny racers or something like that. And it just there was not a lot of interest in it, and I always thought that that's a great idea because it's here in America. If things keep going like they're going, if they keep going like they're going, I hope they don't. We may end up being left the only place to fly is indoors, you know,
Um,
or
are
a
you
Fria.
turning out like us then?
What's that?
Are you turning out like England then?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Um, yeah, they're getting to the point where they're saying that because we have to have flyers ID and operators ID, and they're saying about the flyers ID, they're like, it needs to be on anything with a camera, and it's like, well, where would you put 16-digit code in a certain number format on a Whoop? It's just
well, they're actually we had a stream a couple of weeks ago before I started this remodel where we were talking about there's a bill. I think it's called House Bill um 3999 or 4333 or so. It's something like that. And it is if they get that passed, anything that flies unmanned, either autonomous or with a radio controller or whatever, anything short of like a kite or a balloon on a string, if it leaves the ground, they want it to not only have remote ID, but they want it to have a transponder so that they can tell all of them that's in the air. And, I've done a little bit of research into it. I know that they're talking about asking the federal government for the use of the cell phone tower networks, that all that they would have to do is put antennas on the existing towers and would have most of the coverage of the US already, so that you have to, as soon as you pop up in the air, it's going to be a transponder like a manned aircraft, where they'll be able to see what type of aircraft it is, who the owner is, where they're flying from, all of that. And that will, if they get that, if that passes, we're done except for flying in Frias. And
um, isn't there? I'm not sure. I think it's here. You have a sector 16 where if you're on private land, you have the freedom to fly.
yeah,
They're
that's not,
gonna.
yeah, that's not here. They, that's what Tyler Brennan fought for with the remote ID. He actually went with lawyers and fought for that several years ago, saying that one was sheltered operations, flying underneath tree canopies. He was like, no manned aircraft unless they're doing like crop dusting or taking off or landing is going to be, flying below the tree canopy. So you should give hobbyist sheltered operations. And they were like, no. And then there was like, well, then a person, like the situation I live in, I have 2 acres, but I'm surrounded by 290 acre farm that I have permission to fly all over it if I want to. And if that was mine, the laws still in America is that if you're going to fly 1 inch off of the grass in your front yard, they want to know about it, whether you own the
We
property
have
or
to
not.
have we have to have operator's ID, flyer's ID, and then what were the other stupid rules? I say stupid rules. It's good to have rules. We're not allowed to fly higher than 120 meters, so 400 foot above the ground. Maintain a minimum distance of 50 meters, and drones must not be flown within 5 kilometer radius of airports, and buildings is the worst one. We're like we couldn't go down a street like you do. We have to be.
Out 500 meters, is that what you said? In the middle of a field?
No, that's from an airport, but like England's very different. Like my street, every house is joined to each other. It's like a row of houses.
Yeah.
We can't flow. So like when in IGAO, it's like building dive. It's like, well, let's go break some laws. Let's go find a building that's more than 3. And unless you go to a big city, there's not big buildings around,
Right. Yeah. Now see,
and you're not allowed to.
yeah. I mean, the well, asbestos fiber says ham radio license required. Yeah, but the thing that they're talking about with this new bill, this House bill, is that they want to make it enforceable by Homeland Security. They want it to be a matter of um, Homeland Security because of what is happening in Ukraine when they took those drones on fiber optics and took out all of those Russian bombers. They keep using that. They're like, anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. And then like right after that, Rotor Riot does a video where they're showing how to fly a drone with fiber optic cord to it so that it can't be jammed. And I was like, oh no, we don't need that,
I think the worst that we would do is where you get the whoop frame and you put the pin through it, and then you set up a course of balloons, and you have to fly around and try pop them.
Yeah. That's fun. I did try.
It's just a few bad eggs, isn't there, that go do stuff, and they ruin it.
Ruin it for everyone.
When
Yeah.
you talk about drones in the UK, people think of these ones that are taking pictures through windows, and I had one person, and it was on a Facebook thing, and they were going, "Oh my God, there's a drone at my house, and it was taking pictures through my window." I was just like, "No, love, they were videoing you. They don't take pictures, they video." And she's like, "Oh my God," I was just like, "Stir the pot." It's like we don't take pictures of you; it videos you.
Yeah. Well, most of us don't have the money to be flying anything that's going to have clear enough video to video through your window, and and actually get something that you can tell the difference between you or your spouse. So I'm kind of trying to check this. So all right. Well,
whoops aren't a toy. Whoops are a proper drone too. Don't call them toys. I hate that. It's like, but whoops are toys. It's like, no, they're not.
No.
You can hurt someone with them. Just watch previous videos where Mr. E's got me in my hair, or Skittles stream where he face punched me and cut my lip. You know what I mean? They're dangerous too. They're not toys.
Skittles face punched you.
No, I was on Skittles live stream.
Oh, okay.
And Mr. E was flying his
Oh,
whoop around, and he smacked me straight in the lip, and it just like cut my lip.
oh.
Uh, all I can say to you, asbestos, is when the prop gets in your hair, and it twirls your hair around that prop so tight that when you take the prop off and you take your hair out, it's literally cooled up really, really tight, and it's fuzzy from it. It's not fun.
Yeah. I've seen what 4 props fully entangled in a little girl's hair can do. The lady at my church, her daughter got one of those toy whoops and flew it into her sister's hair, and she's a beautician, and she almost had to cut it out. It was so bad. So
Oh, here's where we get onto the big story, Mr. Skydozer. Let's just ban women from flying. Now you're one of the problems why women don't fly, because you're coming across as an asshole. And I will say it because it's like nearly 3 o'clock in the morning and I can get away with it.
right.
You're just scared that we're going to beat you in races.
Yeah.
That's why you do freestyle and whoops.
Oh, she just throwed it, bang.
Yep. That's the thing. There is, going on to the subject. There have been females that have come about, and I don't know them personally. I've just heard the stories.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started going into infinity loops, the first thing I got is, oh my God, another female. Are they going to be like blah, blah? And I'm not going to say no names. And I think it's taken me a long time for them to realise, all right, I'm female, but I grew up with brothers. England is very much different to America. And I can take this shit and I will give it back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm one of you guys.
Right.
Just with boobs.
Yeah. With bobbies. And I remember years ago, I don't remember where it was. I remember there was, I think it might have been Stellar Fox, was at a race, and she was flying standing up, if I remember correctly. And as she was in the middle of a race, someone walked by and just grabbed a big handful of her backside. And evidently no one else saw who it was or whatever, but it was only like a handful of people that could have done it. And that was just shameful, you know. And if you know Skydozer, you know he's probably ribbing you, you know, just to get a.
Like I said, it's banter. You know what I mean? Be like that to me, I'll be like that back to you.
That's right.
That's right. I'm easygoing.
Right.
No, I've had it at race. There's this guy, and he's known as Rammers. He's a Welsh guy, and he's an older guy. And this one time, I wore leggings. They were those TikTok fashion ones, you know, the one that really make your butt look good. And I bent over getting something out of my bag, and as he walked past, I mean, the hand slap he done on my butt was like a proper sounding slap that it stung his hand and hurt my ass. And when I went to put my quad on the block, I had like 4 people turn around me and go, "That was so disrespectful. Are you all right?" And I'm like, "It's Rammers." It was, he's that kind of guy that, you know, I didn't take offense from it. It was hilarious. He was like, "Well, you shouldn't have bent over in front of me," kind of thing. So, you know what I mean? There is a line.
I think I
it's a
have a
hard
pair
line,
of
isn't it?
those. I think I have a pair of those. Maybe I should
You
wear
know,
them to a
they got the
race.
little ridgy, yeah, they got the ridgy bit on that, like, I don't know, elasticated up the butt bit that just around your butt. It's just, I always joked that I would
The
send
elasticated.
I was going to send a pair to Borg Slayer to wear at an event, and I even joked about QT, God bless his soul, because I always called him QT type booty.
QT
Because of
type.
his skinny jeans on. Because of his skinny jeans on the streaming, I was like, I would so love to send him some of those TikTok leggings. He looks so funny in them.
Yeah, it's you know, it's sad, you know, somewhat, because, you know, I have known some females that do get a bit intimidated by some of the uncoolness. If you know the person, like what you were talking about, you clearly know the guy, and you know that it's, you know, you got a relationship with him, and it's back and it goes back and forth. But if it's some stranger was to walk up and just slap you like that, that'd be a whole lot different. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be different. Um, that's where I find it a very fine line because, like, a lot of things, I don't know if it's the same in America, have gone too far. Like, if I'm walking along and there was a group of builders and one of them wolf whistled at me, I'd take it as a compliment and carry on walking. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, I've been sexually harassed because someone whistled. You know what I mean? To me, that's a
Right.
kind of compliment thing. But then there's the banter kind of thing where obviously it is male dominated, so it does get onto various subjects quite a lot of the time when you're in a chat. And I will have the banter back. And then, you know, sometimes there can be one-sided banter that is inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Well, I was actually talking with someone the other day in the church. Uh, it was a lady. She asked me a question, and someone had farted, and it was a female, and there was a bunch of females around and everything, and the younger girl that had done it was kind of like, why do boys think that's so funny? And I think my mother was in the conversation. My mom's 75 years old. She's like, honey, it's just not boys. She's like, you know, and I don't know if you run into it in your job with dementia and everything, you know. I think it's just a man thing that, you know, I've
I
seen
think
80, 90-year-old guys that make jokes about farting, and
I'm telling you now, I think farting is hilarious.
okay.
And I've been as cruel to Zero. He's in the races and that. And one time he was in a chat on his own. I just joined a chat, and this is disgusting of me. I literally farted down the mic
Mm.
and disconnected. And then when I back in, said sorry, not sorry, and farted again down the mic, and then just disconnected and just didn't see him until the next day. You know what I mean?
Wow. So you kind of like modern day internet Dutch ovened him twice. So
Yeah, it's funny.
uh,
You know what I mean? It
head says
it's a
my wife.
natural thing that happens. It's a
Yeah.
natural thing that happens, and I find it hilarious when girls get embarrassed about it. It's like it's got to come out. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I just find things like that hilarious. It's like if someone hurts themselves, I'm dreadful. If
Oh,
someone like not in my work, obviously, but if someone trips over or something in front of me,
oh yes. My
I can't
wife.
help but laughing.
There's nothing
I wipe
with my
myself.
wife and my daughter. Nothing any more funny than if I stump my toe. And you know,
Yeah.
here I am, pastor dad, trying to be the example. And when you stump your toe, the worst vocabulary comes to mind that
Well,
you can think of. And they're just like,
in
but rolling on the
in
floor.
saying that, I obviously was on holiday this past week and I was at the seaside. My son wanted his phone and I was really annoyed that he wanted his phone. He's like, we're on holiday. Why do you want to go on YouTube at the beach? So I was going to give him his phone and I was walking along and I didn't see the bloody rock and I stubbed my toe. And I've ended up actually breaking my toe. So I've got a broken toe at the minute.
Mm.
And there was too many kids around and I just had to bite my lip, sit there and be like, if I could swear, it wouldn't hurt.
It would
But I
make
could
it,
not swear.
like that makes it feel better. Yeah. Yeah. And I
No,
said,
they proved. I don't know. Do you watch Mythbusters? Have you had that over there?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they done one that proved that if you swear when you hurt yourself, for some reason it eases the pain. They done a myth
Hmm.
on it and proved that actually
It's,
profanities help.
yeah, you know, as a licensed counselor, you know, I counsel people quite a bit. It's kind of like the stages of grief. Emotions are linked to the physical, and the expressions of emotions can help with the physical. Now, I wanted to say this because I've got it up here. That Head says that his wife laughs at farts way more than he does. So that's now my wife's family. are very especially the women are way more sophisticated than I was growing up, and that's just
Yeah, I have.
not something. I grew up in a house where it's just you know
Yeah, I
constant,
understand completely.
yeah, just where it's like, show me God relations, Hercules, from I don't remember what that was. Uh, Eddie Murphy's Mr. Nutty Professor or whatever that was, where they're all sitting around the table farting. That's kind of like my family was, smoking and all this kind of
Yep.
stuff. But my wife's family, no, and it's just
Yeah, my nan, she was very upper class when I used to go as a kid. I mean, I had to go to dinner dances and sit
oh
at a table, like from the age of 5 to 12, sit at tables with 5 knives and forks and spoons around me,
mm-hmm.
and go through all the courses and learn to do the soup away from you to your mouth and all
Mm-hmm.
the etiquette. And
No,
then
no, no.
the other side of me is,
That's your salad fork, Marty.
yeah, where
Oh,
literally you pick
I
up
had.
a bread roll, you pick up the bread roll, you tear a chunk off, you put your bit of butter on, you put your knife down, and then you eat that. You don't just butter the roll and start biting it. You have to tear off chunks and butter it in. Oh my God.
one of
So,
one
so
of the
I
yeah, I agree totally. One of the funniest things I think I've ever seen on daytime TV was Larry the Cable Guy. I don't know, I think it's called Only in America or something like that. He goes to a British lady, takes her etiquette class, and where it's you got to use the right. It's Larry the Cable Guy, you know. And he shows up with the ripped sleeves and everything, and she's like, oh no, you can't even come in. So, but if you ever see it, you've got to watch it. He makes a comment about, um, he does it very correctly. He takes his glass, and after he's done, he's trying because of the TV show. He's like, and he gently taps his glass, and he was like, I would like to say something. And she was like, "Oh, this is very good, Larry. You did it you did it right. It's very good." And he was like, I, I was I was at the beach, and I seen this woman with her arms up in the air. She had a real long nose and a mustache, and she was walking real funny with her hands up like this. And he said, and I don't know if it's England or what. He said, but I thought there was something wrong with the lady until the guy that I was with said, no, this is a nude beach. That's a guy doing a handstand. And you have to hear all of that.
Yeah, we had a program over here that was called Ladette to Lady. So it got people like me, the ones that go out partying with the short dress on that, and they literally go into this posh place, and they've got to learn to be ladies, like balancing the books on their head and cooking and all that kind
Oh,
of etiquette. It was a crazy program, but
no.
I'm two sides of the coin. If I need to be, I can be posh.
Oh,
Otherwise, I'm
no.
just
No.
I base myself on my setting.
Yeah. I try to, but generally, my wife would probably tell you most of the time, well, I am everywhere. When I'm preaching, when I'm at an event, talking and teaching to other people, just like I am here. I'm just the kind of person I really can't be anything else because a lot of people don't know this, but they've told me that I'm on the spectrum of, you know, what's it called? Neurodivergent. You are neurodivergent. You do not think of you don't think things the same way other people do. It's like, duh. I've known that my whole life. So, but yeah, so yeah, I
Yeah,
just can't.
I get it because like our son, at his, you have schools different, so he had primary school you go to until you're 10 years old, and then you go to a thing called secondary school from 10 to 16. And his primary school was like, we think your son's high functioning autistic. We want to send him for tests. I was like, nope. And then he's got to secondary school, and they said there's like this thing. I'm like, nope. And they're like, oh, but it would really help him having this SEN and the help. And I'm like, is he failing at any subjects? And they're like, no. If anything, he's excelling in everything. And the only thing I've noticed is he's over friendly. I reckon if someone come up to him and was like a kid or something, that kind of trap thing, another kid come up to him and is like, oh, do you want to come get ice cream? He'd walk off with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's his danger zone is that. But he's highly intelligent. I'm like, he's just my son. I don't want him to have a label. Why does he need a label?
Yep.
And like regarding your head injury, I understand that too. My dad when I was 14, he worked with forklifts, and he was doing the scrap metal in these big wooden crates, and they had to put them up into a skip, and it got stuck at the top. So my dad, being an idiot, climbed up and went to push the box in. He ended up, thank God, not going into the skip full of scrap metal. He went the other way, 15 foot. So he ended up with like brain damage, quite severe. So
thank God, mine, other parts of my brain started to. I guess there was lots of parts of my brain that was not currently in use, because other parts of my brain started to take over the functions that I'd lost. I play guitar. I still play guitar, and bass and a little bit of keys, and I completely lost. And I used to fly 3D airplanes, hanging them on their props and stuff. And when that happened, I lost purposeful hand use in my left hand because the damage was on the right side of my head. And if you're playing guitar, that's your chording finger, and that's also your throttle hand and all of that with if you're mode 2. Not with you, probably. I mean, is your throttle still on the left, or is it on the right?
On the left.
On the left, but you just got your pitch
Roland,
with it. Roland throttle.
Pitches is right. Roland, yaw are the wrong way round. I can't tell you which one's which.
Okay.
Like Mystery was setting Soak up, and he was like, "Oh, can you do the yaw?" And I'm like, "Which one's that?" And he's like, "You don't even know which is yaw and which is roll." I'm like, "No, I just fly." I don't know.
Right. It's kind of like.
And I've got to say, I'm not laughing at you. I've got to do this because she has been an absolute nightmare. I don't know if you can see her. Where is she?
Ah.
Where is she? Yeah, she's down there somewhere.
Yeah,
she's just rolling around like an idiot.
She needs a rub, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's. Maybe if I undo that. What are you doing? If I move my cable, I might have actually plugged in. I might be able to get her properly.
8-Bit wants to know why don't y'all drive on the opposite side of the road?
Because we'd end up dead. We'd have a head-on collision and be like splattered.
I've often thought that the way that Europe does it, where the driver is actually closer to the side of the road. So if two drivers are coming, they're actually further away from each other. Where in the US, both of the drivers are on the inside. So if
they are on the inside on ours, because our steering wheels are on the opposite side too in cars.
Oh, so okay, that's right.
Yeah. So when you're overtaking, you can see what's going. We had Wi-Fi come over. He come over to visit us, and we took him touring. And we went down just some normal roads, and they're like 60s and that. And I mean, he was driving at like 30. He was petrified. And then we were like, that's nothing yet. And we took him on this single lane country road where you've got to like literally go into cut out bits. It's like single lane. So you have to pull in if a car's coming the other way. He was petrified the whole way. And then a week later, he messaged me. He was like, I managed to go 50 miles an hour. He was so proud of himself. Right. And we're just driving normally along these roads like lunatics. But we don't have the big roads like you. He was even like, how do I go round a roundabout? Because you don't really have them, do you?
Yeah, we do. They're becoming
Oh
very.
yeah,
They're becoming a lot more popular in Tennessee. They want to put them up everywhere now here instead of
yeah.
a stoplight.
We
They
were
want.
just like, just give way to the right. If someone's coming from the right, you let them go. Otherwise, you go around the left. It's like, don't try to go right round the roundabout.
Yeah,
Wrong
I
way.
I remember the old skit from European Vacation with Chevy Chase. I don't know if you remember that, where he gets stuck in the roundabout, and he's like, "Hey kids, look, it's Big Ben, Parliament." And then it shows him again later, and everybody's asleep, and he's like, "I can't get over it. It's Big Ben and Parliament." He just keeps going in circles. So, yeah, that's. Let me get back to some FPV stuff. So, do you currently have any sponsorships
Yeah.
or not?
Would you like them? Because they're all wonderful.
Well, sure. I mean, it's open channel here. You're here, so
Right.
so boost them.
The so the first ever one I got was Gem Fan, and now I'm a Gem Fan ambassador in the UK. So
All right.
they send me lots of props, and a lot of the time, people in the group we're in and stuff like that, I will like they'll be like, "Oh, I'm running on props." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, just have this bag full." It's like we've got hundreds in the garage, you know what I mean? And so I help a lot of people out that way with them. And then there is the most wonderful guy ever, which he's on here, minifigs.me. He ships to America. Um, he does custom figures. He does all TV characters and everything like that. I was getting from him when I first started doing the minifigures, and then when he found out, he was like, "Oh my god, you've been buying from me?" I was like, "I've been buying from you for the last 2 years." So you know what, we kind of like got together ourselves to
Well, see,
do things well.
I probably need to get his information because I'm actually looked into getting a PhatPastor bobblehead. So, um, is that what you're talking about with the mini figures?
No, they're Lego figures. I don't know if you
Oh,
know how the story started out, where obviously, like I said, I got introduced to iGo and everything like that.
mhm.
And um, I used to, this sounds really sad, I used to, like after my mum passed away, I got into Lego. I got Mr. E's old childhood Lego out, and I joined a group on Facebook, and every week you had a theme. So it'd be like a castle or
Mm.
anything like that. And then you would have 24 hours to build it, take a photo, send it to a certain person in DM, and then it would be put up as a voting poll thing. So you would
Mhm.
like do that. So I'd done that for a very long time. And then because Skittles and Liz were so good to me and that, I just decided to make a character of them each. And I've got these little mini drones that very hard to get hold of, but I managed to get hold of shitloads of them. So I just made their characters and then sent it to them, and then boom, it become popular. And I think at the minute there's a total of 31 out there. So they come with the little drone on it.
Oh,
You know, whatever jacket, they're completely custom. Whatever jacket you want, your name on the back. I don't know if you're still in the stream, but I've just done Heads and OG because obviously they've done the baked bean challenge, so you know they've earned themselves a minifigure. So it's kind of like a reward system. I have had lots of people say, "Oh, can I buy them and this and that?" And it's like, no, I don't sell them. You know,
right,
you've got they're an honour to have. So
right.
do
Right.
that. But yep, he's another sponsor. He's absolutely wonderful.
Right.
And he's helped me out loads. And then obviously I'm with Rosie Rippers.
Yep.
And then I got jumper sponsorship. They sent me 2 controllers. So I know all you Radio Master fans and that, but
Heads and OG are both here. So, oh yeah.
so I ended up getting this one. This is my
Oh,
sim one. So they sent me one and I was rude and I was like, "Oh, can I have another?" And they're like, "Why do you want another?" And I'm like, "Well, one for sim, one for real life." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Well, when you're simming, you're just like on your controller and it's like gonna break it."
yeah.
So my flying one is blue, but I have a switch here.
Oh,
The
okay.
only fault I would say about this controller is this button for arming and that is junky. I don't know if you can hear it. like the most
Yeah.
junkiest button you could ever imagine. But I was lucky and I changed it to a switch. Got them all over. Put the sponge back on them. I don't know why I keep the sponge on, but I do. And then recently I've so my latest is HG LLC. They've just sponsored me, given me some, I believe, flight controllers and some motors, which is very nice of them. And then another one that's just been amazing is Rush. They do the cherry antennas, don't they?
Yeah.
Loads as well. Amazing. So them, I got basically 2 setups minus motors from them. So they're lovely as well.
All right.
And I think the thing with sponsorship is like, I've never gone out and been like, hey, give me sponsorship. I've never emailed anyone and been like, oh, will you sponsor me? I've gone to people obviously for our club and our events and been like, oh, do you mind giving? And they're like, oh, well, what do you want for sponsorship? So like, whatever you give. And I keep in contact with them. Like even now, like I'm not after anything from any of them, but I'll drop a message and be like, hi, good morning, how are you? You know, I think it's about making friendships more than being there and saying, give me, give me, give me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah.
Phil the Blaster has been working on something that he sent me. He said it would be a perfect time to show it now. I think it's probably got something to do with our race that's coming up, the Southeast Micro Drone Championship. Let me see. This will be the first time.
One of those t-shirts.
I need to send you one. I need to send you one.
It's really silly. I've and I haven't harassed anyone this year, but I usually get someone gets me a t-shirt and everyone signs it and then it's shipped off to me. I will say there's a certain person, and if he comes on the stream, he will know that he has a t-shirt that he hasn't sent me from not 2 years ago, I think it is. So anyone going to champs, if they'd like to get a t-shirt, that's the IO, isn't it? Championships. They'd like to get a t-shirt any size and just get everyone to sign it and stick it in the post to me. I'll be so grateful.
Now I'm not going to volunteer him, but Phil's the one. He's actually on staff with MultiGP, so he's actually. You're hearing this, Phil.
Yeah,
Let's watch his link real quick, and then we will jump on to the next thing. It's probably going to go over your face for a minute.
I don't mind that.
Let's.
Not the best of faces.
All right, if everybody, let me see if I got it centered right. All right, let's see. Hello, we would love for you to come out and experience our professional pro quality race. Sanctioned by MultiGP. It's October 24th through the 26th, the Hellmoss building. That's why you see the Southeast glowing in Lebanon, Tennessee. You're in the right place in the air. Learn how to fly and be a part of what we're doing. And whatever you do, look down below and rise up. And remember, wherever you are, keep flying and meet me. The first Southeast Micro Drone Racing Championship. Here is our flyer. And it's going to be a black light race. Great idea. Yes, it is. The tickets have gone on sale. Big thanks again. This is big right here. You need to like it and share it. You're in the right place and be a part of what we're doing.
Do you know, I am so curious that OG Heads and Asbestos are in Infinity Loop's chat, and it's like, I wonder what they're gas bagging about.
Yeah, it's
is it my beautiful voice? Because that's what I find really funny, that like it went round about your voice is so lovely, and I'm like, my voice? I feel like I'm just like normal, and to everyone else it's like, oh, you're so posh.
People tell me all the time, it's like, I love your Southern accent. I've literally had people message me and say that they will put my live streams on because they say my voice is soothing and puts them to sleep. And I'm like, that's not really why I want you to watch, but if it's getting you to watch, then go ahead. Yeah. Infinity Head says, yes, we were just commenting on your lovely face.
Oh, I think I'm an average person and old.
Head says, oddly enough, both of you have AI voices on the new robot lady system. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Well,
what do we do? Do we go tomato, 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 potato, 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 tomato, 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 potato, potato? Yeah, heads. Is that what I'm going to be
yeah,
saying? As a robot.
yeah. I can't
And
do it.
and balls cut like pizza. I know the Infinity ones. They're going to rip my voice to shreds.
What about sweet cinnamon loaf?
Sweet cinnamon loaf. And Heads is
There's
changing. He's all in slaps.
there's two of those for you right there. Sweet cinnamon loaves. And then she does it. There's two derpy slaps from tonight.
Yeah. Here you go. Sweet biscuit Dunkin'.
Oh, that's just good
Then
right
I've
there.
said it
That's
loads of times. Here you go. Aluminium.
aluminum.
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 Aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium. Aluminium.
Okay, I'll say it like you say it. You say it like I say it.
Aluminum.
Aluminium. Aluminium. Is that right?
Aluminum. I can't say aluminium.
Aluminum. Aluminum.
Yeah, my voice just wants to say aluminium. It's like you call it what do you call it? Saran wrap, is it? Like your plastic wrap?
Saran. Yeah, saran. Well, that's a brand. So it's like calling a hot tub a jacuzzi. We're bad about doing that, and like
What
what
do
you
you
put
call
on your
your,
finger
like,
is a Band-Aid. Whether it's
plaster?
we call it a Band-Aid. We call
We
it
call it a plaster.
we call the part in the back of your car a trunk,
Boot.
and the part that the motor's generally under in the front is the hood. That's the bonnet, right?
Yeah, the bonnet.
The bonnet. See, that sounds like a baby. A boot in a bonnet. It's bonnet and its boot fell off, ma'am.
Well, how funny it is we had and I don't know how I survived. We had Nightwing come over to the UK. That was one of the funniest nights I've ever had. I'm not going to incriminate myself on a stream because I live in the UK and some of it's illegal. But when he got back, he said about putting something in a friend's car boot, and they were like, "What?" Because he got so used to saying the English stuff. And the other one is like, you call it a closet, we call it a cupboard.
Yep. And your backyard is your garden. Whether you have any fruits or vegetables growing in it or not, it's a garden. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lee and I from Painless 360, I had him on a while back, and before the stream started, we were doing some of those things about the boot and the bonnet and what was this something? It's just fiddly. I love it when he says if you're looking right here, these parts right here, it's a bit fiddly. It's a bit fiddly.
Yep.
In the South, fiddling is something way different. Charlie Daniels. So
yeah, there's loads of things. Yeah, the bits and bobs.
Yep.
The whatsy madoozies. And my favourite word is kerfuddled.
Kerfuddled.
Yeah, confused and muddled. You're kerfuddled.
What about curmudgeon? Do you have?
Nope.
They don't know what a curmudgeon is. It's just that's a curmudgeon in FPV is me and Nick Burns. We're just old curmudgeons.
I shouldn't admit it, but obviously I've seen the slaps of Nick Burns. I've never watched anything of his. I've never been near any of his streams or anything.
Well, I don't think he does streams. He just does reviews. I don't know if is he doing streams now. I don't know.
If he's even reviews, I've never been on to his thing. I don't even think I'm subscribed to him or anything like that. But I thought I'd put it in there just so that he can be like, "How dare she?"
So besides yours truly, who's your favorite YouTuber?
Oh, I'll probably get slack for this, but I'm gonna say OG. When he has to eat those beans on toast, I wish they didn't
Uh,
outtape it because I could see in his face that he just wanted to vomit, and it was hilarious. And I actually rewatched it, and I was like, you didn't even put enough butter on there. The beans weren't like to a consistency. I don't know if you have risotto over there, but you know risotto where it's stiff, but if you sort of shake it, it will layer itself out. It's like those beans were too runny, and the cheese you put on was way too much, and you didn't put salt and pepper on. You know what I mean? You're dishing something that you don't know how to cook.
okay. Phil Baxter wants to know, Philiblaster wants to know, have you had biscuits and gravy?
Well, it's a hard thing because I've been told that your biscuits are like our scones or scones, depending how you want to say it. And we more use them as like a sweet thing. We put cream and jam in the middle of them, or
Mhm.
you can get cheese ones and stuff like that. So if you class it more like our dumplings, then yes, I have, because when you make a stew, you put them on the top. And if you dunk them in, they go soggy. If you leave them on the top, they get a nice crust on them. So
Well, if you come to America, you got to have someone take you for breakfast and try just country biscuits and gravy.
yeah, but your gravy, it looks grey. It's like
It is gray. It's
no,
usually
us
made.
is
It's
brown.
usually made with bacon grease. So
Yeah,
if you like
where
bacon,
like ours, you would cook your beef, take the beef out of the pan, add a tiny bit of water to get all of the like stuff that's at the bottom, and then you would add your red wine and your Worcestershire sauce or soy sauce and that into it to make a really like thing, and then you put a bit of cornstarch in that thickens it, but it's brown. And if you're really lazy, you just go to the shops and buy stuff that you put in a cup and you pour your boiling hot water in and just stir it, and it makes it instant.
Mhm. And so, and fish and chips, that's fries, correct?
Fries, yeah. Well, that's the thing. We have chips, as in like the hot chips that you call fries. We have the big ones, and then we have French fries that are the skinny chips that you like get from McDonald's and that. But we do have thicker ones that we call chip
Hmm.
chips.
So, what do you call like Lay's potato
Lays,
chips?
they're crisps. Sorry, come here.
Crisps, crisps.
Come on
So
in.
like
What are you
Doritos
doing?
is. Hello.
Being out in the rain. It's raining outside, so you're being a
Oh,
nutter. What's in the camera? Look, this
hello.
is Gadget. He's the noisy one.
He's
3,
the. Was he
2.
was he the one that was laying over?
No,
Well,
that's Duchess.
is she still passed
So
out?
no, she's watching because he's half on one. So
Yeah,
Duchess is there,
yeah,
and as he is Gadget said, you can see the way she's looking.
yeah.
She's like they just
Right.
look. He
It's best.
bullies her, believe it or not. She's a big one,
Uh,
but he's the one in control, aren't
uh,
you?
now
But yeah, he's just been outside. So
asbestos fiber says that the big chips, as you were referring to, is what we call tater wedges.
no, we have wedges as well.
Okay. So you have
So
like
we have French
thicker
fries.
fries, like steak fries, what we would call steak fries. They're
Yeah,
just fatter, thicker.
yep,
Yeah.
the normal light square ones, and then wedges are more like curved,
Right. Right. It's like you
and
take
then we have the French fries.
almost like an orange slice. Yeah.
It, yeah, yeah.
All
And
right.
then of course we have our roasty potatoes and our mashed potato.
Mashed potato. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, mashed potato is my favorite.
That's the same though for us and you, right? Mashed potatoes. It's just.
Yeah, I will say, Phil, you are making me ick on you. Cold tea.
Oh my
What is wrong with you?
gosh.
You could not dunk a biscuit in cold tea. It is just wrong. And I know for a fact that OG and Heads love dunking biscuits in hot tea. It's better than just drinking tea.
Well, biscuits are
Tea's
cookies,
better than
right?
biscuits. No, we have cookies and we have biscuits.
But
Like
what?
I,
But
I'm actually
it's
going to
not what
go.
we think it's biscuits, right?
Yeah, I sent a load. I can talk to you while I work. I sent a load to Head. I sent him various biscuits. Oh, it's fucking it down out there. Right, so we must have some left. Yeah, we do. So
Yeah. Yeah,
Ooh.
Phil says
Well,
nobody does that here. Sweet tea,
what?
country
And
sweet tea is the
yeah,
bomb.
like literally, just for you, Phil. You go
Okay.
out and you buy a kettle. You do not heat water up in a microwave or in a saucepan. You have a kettle. You know, one you put the water in, click the switch, let it boil. You can do other crap while it's happening. Right, then you put your tea bag in, 2 sugars or sugar cubes, 3 maybe if you want a bit sweeter, and then you stir the tea bag and then add the milk so you get it to a good consistency. And then you get
Milk,
don't like this.
milk in tea.
Yep,
We put milk in
yep.
coffee.
All that milk. No, it goes in there. And then this, because I'm British, is called a chocolate digestive. So it's a layer of chocolate
Okay.
on a
Yeah,
biscuit.
it's kind of like fudge stripes
And
here
it's
in the
got
U.S. Yeah.
so, but it's got a layer of caramel underneath. I'm not going to eat biscuits at near 4 o'clock in the morning. Then
Okay.
we have something amazing like this with frosted cream shortbread biscuits.
Yeah.
So
I buy my
they are
wife
like the double.
I buy my wife a tin of English biscuits. They're actually like the shortbread. What we could call cookies. She loves them. Every she loves them. So
Yeah,
um,
our cookies are literally have chocolate chips in.
yep.
That's the only way I can describe it. Or
Yeah,
chunks of chocolate in.
yeah. Now Phil says
And they have
Oreos and milk is acceptable.
Oreos. Do you have all the different varieties of Oreos like we do? We have the
Yeah,
standard ones,
yeah. And then they're like the
and then
mint.
we have the double cream, well, the
Mhm.
double in the middle, so
Yeah.
a double stack. Then we have the golden ones, which are gold biscuits.
Hmm.
Then we have the chocolate fudge brownie, and the strawberry ones, and the mint chocolate.
Yeah, I think we've
But
got all
I
of them.
think any kind of chocolate biscuit goes with a nice cold glass of milk. It's like a childhood thing. A glass of milk and some biscuits before bed.
So that so it's basically like milk and cookies here. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. It's not that much different. Fudge stripes without sugar. Yeah,
What,
it's
without sugar? No, they were reading it, weren't they? Heads and that. So what bit were they reading again? So
I have no idea. Somebody wanted to know
they were.
if what was it? If you watch the British show Peep Show. Hopefully that's not what
No, I don't really watch TV. I've got a TV, but uh,
I don't watch TV much either.
no. And TV's like you sit there, you're watching a program, you're really getting into it, and then adverts come on. And it's like really, and the adverts are so pathetic. It's like if I want something, I go buy it. You're advertising, it's obviously not good. Oh, there it is. Is it the calorie count of the biscuits that you were going on about? These are per biscuit is. I can't even see in this light. Crap, and the wrinkles on it. 80. There you go. Of sugar, there is 31 grams of sugar. We do have sugar. It just costs a lot. In the UK, the taxes are crazy. We pay an extra 20% to have something with sugar in it. It's a sugar
Wow.
tax. So
Wow.
literally, my Coca-Cola
Mm-hmm.
for 24 cans cost me nearly 20. So yeah, say about $20. Mr. E, who drinks the diet version, it's cost about $7 to $10
Yeah. Now,
because I'm taxed for sugar.
Yeah. Now, here's something that a lot of people may not know. That's different. Look on the back of your can. What's the first ingredient? Water.
Yeah, carbonated water.
And then what's the second one? High fructose corn syrup. Sugar. See, sugar cane.
And then we have no, it's just sugar. Then we have colouring, which is caramel.
Mm-hmm.
So that is E150D. Acid. So there's a something acid, natural flavouring, caffeine flavour. That is it. That is literally our ingredient list.
Yeah. And see, people don't know this. And in the US, grab a Coca-Cola, and besides water, the first main ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. And
Yep.
if you get a bottle of Coca-Cola with the pop top that is sold in a store that caters to Hispanics, go and look at it and turn it around, and you'll see water and then sugar cane or cane sugar. In the US, Coca-Cola does not. They basically give us high fructose corn syrup, and try it. Just go out and, trust me, try it. If you're here in America, go out and find a Mexico, a Hispanic bottle of Coca-Cola, and try it, and you will see the
Maybe
big difference.
maybe when I'm in the situation to send out packages, because I've obviously got to send head one, I've got a big package for Skittles. And I'll apologise on stream for everyone who's won a minifigure. They are all sat in a box. I'm just waiting for this year's winner, and I'm just going to ship it all to Skittles and get it all posted out to you. So, poor people like Tyrant, your stuff is safe. I know it's been sat there 2 years. It's got no dust on. It's in a clear bag, so your prizes are good. But when I send out, I think I'll send you a bottle of Fanta and a bottle of Coca-Cola, and then you can try the English versions, because I've been told the Fanta here, orange Fanta, is so much different.
They use, and I don't understand, and that's something that, I don't want, when I'm going to get into politics, many blood-sucking leeches, but that's something that they say that they're going to change, is that America allows more poison in our food than just about any other country. I mean, Mexico is not necessarily, the most modern country, and they're like, no, you're not putting high fructose corn syrup in the Coca-Colas down here for our people. You got to put sugar. And so, Exile Scoop says, who loves orange soda? And Phil says, I do. So, yeah, lots of, for whatever reason, I know that orange Fanta is, for whatever reason, and don't ask me how I know, because I've never been in prison, but it's almost like gold in prison, around, at least in the South. And so, let me see if there's anything else on my list here, and then I'll let, if there's anything that you want to ask me or you like to ask anybody in the chat. So I think I got it with your sponsorships and all of that. And so how far do you? Here's another one. How far do you live from Madstech? Are you guys close?
Where does he live?
I don't know. I think is it. You might know in the chat, guys. I had it earlier, but is it? It's not Wales, is it? No, I think he goes to Wales on vacation.
That's where I went on vacation, to Wales.
Yeah, I think he goes.
Less space. So he lives in Wales.
Skydozer says Wales.
8-bit
says New Zealand.
So if he's in Wales, that can be anything up to a 6-hour journey.
Oh, 6 hours. But that's almost completely across the country then. Well, how long does it take you to go from one end of England to the next?
We actually worked it out, and it's like we could travel from here to the far point of Scotland in the time it takes some of you just to get to a different state. We could go across the country.
Yeah.
So
from here to, from where I live to Disney World in Orlando, Florida, is about a 12-hour drive. from Middle Tennessee to Central Florida is about 12 hours.
So from where I am to get to the border of Scotland would take 9 hours. So that's practically right across the country.
Wow. He is in Wales, is what Jason Levin said. Yeah. People said.
On a bus, it'd take 10 hours, train 5 hours. So, yeah, in less than 12 hours, I think that we could get from one end of the country to the other. Dependent on traffic, mind you.
Back in 1994, I drove with my mother and my two aunts from Nashville, Tennessee to Los Angeles, California. It took us 3 days to get there. Yes.
And there's me going on holiday and it taking like 4 hours, but it was like forever.
Yeah. And Phil brings this up from Memphis, which is in the western part of Tennessee, to Bristol, which is the eastern part of Tennessee, is 9 hours. Just going across the state of Tennessee is 9 hours.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We can go across our country in a time it would take some of you guys just to leave your state.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things we run into with some of our races. You know, some people, you know, you get the spectrum as a race director here from my side of it is I hear a lot, well, I don't want to go to a race that's more than 2 hours away. And there's lots of people in the central part of the US that if they can find a race within 4 hours, that's good. But there's still a lot. There's some people that they're just back in the Fast and Furious days. I drove past 88 miles per hour.
So where we're situated is about an hour and a half. That's where our main club is, HDzero, as you can see by the top. So it takes about an hour and a half there. I don't drive, so I'm a lucky passenger person. And recently, Drox has become available. That's in Oxford, so that's like a 20-minute drive max to them, so that's good. But when it comes to the British qualifiers, they can be all over the place. And the only problem with some of it is they're near London. Now, the motorway there is just lunatics, and it's always jammed. I mean, it's always traffic jams. It's crazy. So, you know, you've got to pick your time to go and the rest of it. And like, if it sounds silly, but if we have somewhere further away, we always book a hotel and just the day before and just stay. It's like not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to travel somewhere.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, they for me, IO is about 5 hours away. I think that's right, 4 to 5 hours for me to.
We don't have the autobahn here. I'm in England with the little island that's being invaded at the minute.
Being invaded. Can I ask?
I don't know. Basically, there's lots of illegal immigrants and they're basically getting their way to France. So they're coming through lots of countries that are cluster safe countries, and they're coming across on the dinghies, landing on the shore. And our latest prime minister is literally putting them in hotels. They're being put in hotels. They're being clothed. They're being fed. They're being given phones. Most of them are going out and doing the Uber Eats and the stuff like that. They come over with nothing, and they're being put in our hotels, and thousands are being spent on them. And I hate being rude. It's men of the age between 18 and 30 are coming over. They're not coming over with their wives and their children and their grandparents. Now it's just this set group that are coming over, and they're just, and it's like, find some old army base with some army barracks, stick them there with fencing around it. You know what I mean? Don't go putting them in hotels.
Yeah, that's what we just come out of that in America. I actually talked with someone that was an illegal from South America that showed me what they called their magic money card. And it was what we call in the US SNAP or food stamps. and in some cases they give people cash money to buy like diapers and things like that. This person's card had $13,000 on it, and they were being put up in a hotel and was given a Chevy Suburban SUV, full size, like a few years old with like 30,000 miles on it. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't get that. I've worked since I'm 50. Right.
That's the thing. We've had in our country, we've taken in the Polish. We have got some from where's the bombing going on? Not Russia, the other place. We've had people come from there.
Ukraine.
Yeah, we've got Ukrainians. We've got Polish here. We've got the South Africans, that obviously the white farmers that were obviously
right
having their land, or what wasn't their land, taken off them. So as a country, you know, if you've got a true meaning and you need to be safe, then yeah, that's fine. You know, it's getting onto politics, but these are just coming in. I think in the last week we've had another 2,000-3,000 come over, and I mean they're coming in their droves, and it's like not in a bad way, but if they were put somewhere, like a camp, you know, give them water, give them a bed and that, but if they were just given the basics, more wouldn't come over. But because they're just been, you know, some of them are coming over, and when they land on the beach and that, they're not arrested and that, they're like, oh, can I have my phone now? Which hotel am I staying at? You know what I mean? And there's videos of it. It's like,
and it was like that here, but it was hundreds of thousands a day. And
yeah,
I think it was great.
But you think of the size of America compared to we're a little island, and we're bombarded, and
you're not much bigger than the state of Texas, right?
Yeah, and the taxes here, like I said, we got sugar tax, we pay TV license, we have to pay council tax, national insurance. Obviously, that goes towards your healthcare, because they say, oh, it's free healthcare in England. No, we put a percentage out of our wages into a pot that helps anyone. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
But it's crazy. Like, I don't know how much you pay for a loaf of bread, but if you come to the UK at the minute, our bread's at like £3 to £4. So if you convert that into dollars, you're like $5 for a loaf of bread. That's how high it's getting, and it's going up another 5% soon.
Now it's gone up here. I think it's about $2. But it used to be like $1, like $1 for a loaf of bread here. So it's
it's everything's taxed, and I'll say it in the most polite way, but we even have a woman tax on all our products, our sanitary ware and everything. It's taxed 20% as well. It's like everything is taxed.
Now,
it's crazy.
Forgive me, but how does that work out for trans people in England? If you're male but you identify as female, do you still have to pay the tax, or how does that, or is it just on feminine products?
Feminine products.
Oh, okay. So even if a female identified as a male and needed feminine products, they would still pay the tax.
Yep, well, when you go to the shop, our tax is on everything. You know, when you pick it up, put it in your basket, get to the checkout, it rings through. That's what you pay. You know, we don't have our tax added on afterwards. It's on the label of the shops. You know.
Oh, okay. Product. So when it says it's £5, it's £5. It's not £5 plus 10% or whatever.
No, it's what's on the label is what you pay.
Oh, that's not how it is in the States. You know, and every state is different. And like the state of Tennessee, groceries, like uncooked food, is right at 9.25% on top of it, whatever it says. But in Kentucky, there's no tax on groceries. So I live less than a mile from the Tennessee and Kentucky line. So it's strange like that, but yeah.
So you go over the line to get your stuff.
Oddly,
the petrol?
Oddly, for me, it's because I would have to go further up there to get to a sizable store to get what I need. So oddly, I don't shop up there very much at all. So,
Yeah, it's like us with our, I don't know what you class it as. Gasoline, is it? You class it there? We call it as petrol or
mhm,
diesel. It's about £1.48 a litre, and 80p of that is tax. So
let's see,
it's so expensive, don't
we're around 270 to 290 a gallon. So, what's
you?
there, 4 liters in a gallon?
Something like that. I find it weird because when you fill up, you get it costs you per litre here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the freedom units in the of what what people call the freedom units here, as opposed to the metric system, which
Oh, someone said about cigarettes. Like I vape, as you can see. I've constantly got it in my hand doing it. Cigarettes, you would pay for the cheapest one in the UK. I would say about between $25 and $30 for a packet of 20. That's how expensive they've got.
for a single pack of
A single
cigarette.
pack of 20, yeah,
Wow.
would cost you about $25.
I think they're about $5 to $7 here.
Yeah, they're trying to obviously
Yeah.
wipe out people smoking.
Yeah. Well, Derpy, I want to thank you for coming on. I don't want to just belabor you tonight. Any questions you got
I'm
for
happy.
me?
Uh, I don't know. I suppose tell me a bit about yourself, because obviously I know you're a pastor and you help people and you fly your drones and you have your event, but
That's it.
that
No,
is.
that's it. That sums me up in
Tell,
a nutshell right there. Uh,
tell me the story of how you met your wife.
ah, now
That's always a good story.
that's a good story. Um, I met my wife in the 7th grade. My best
How old would
friend,
that be?
uh, 12,
Yeah,
12,
our
13.
7th grade is between 11 and 12 is when you're in
Mm-hmm.
year
Yeah,
7 in the
yeah,
UK. Yeah.
yeah. I was probably 12 or 13 because I liked 2nd grade so much I took it twice. Uh, but my best friend had a crush on my wife, and my wife at that time, our schools went, you had elementary, which is primary, that went from kindergarten through 6th grade, and then 7th grade through 12th grade was high school or secondary school. At that time, there was no intermediate, there was no middle schools, junior highs, and stuff like that. It started the year after. So the 7th grade year, we were in the what was called the high school. We went from 7th to 12th grade, and my wife's father was the vice principal, and it was her first year here. She lived in the same town just south of us, in between here and Nashville, where all the country music artists lived. Real ritzy, kind of posh, as you would say. Um, at that time, there was the majority of country music artists lived there. And so she come up here, and my best friend had a crush on her, liked her. She didn't like him. I didn't know it, but she said even back then she liked me. And we became friends, good friends, like a group of us, like 10 of us were good friends that the 9th grade, and the end of the 9th grade, I was turning, or it might have been the end of the 10th grade. I don't remember. My head injury dates get mixed up. I know it was my 16th birthday party. We had been friends. We were just good friends, and I asked her to come to my 16th birthday party. She came to my 16th birthday party, and there was another girl there that I was supposed to be with, and it was at my aunt's house, and we went in. It was because we had the lights off. It was a birthday party, and you know, colored lights and music and all of that. And it was dark, and I was going to kiss her. Because, I had the mullet and everything back in the 80s. I'm 51, by the way, so this is a long time ago. And it was so dark, I missed her mouth and I kissed her right on the eye. And she kind of laughed. And of course, after that, we found our way to each other. And, but still to this day, I'll come up to her and kiss her in her eye. So we started dating when I was 16, and the sophomore year, I guess it was. And we dated all through high school. She was my vice principal's daughter. My father-in-law has spanked me. He whipped me. I'd gotten a fight in the 7th grade and had a choice: take a spanking, or paddling, as we called it in school, or out of school suspension. I was like, swing away, man. So I'm one of few people that can actually say that my father-in-law has corporal punished, spanked me. And, but we dated all from sophomore, junior, and senior year. We were very well known because I was always, they call it, back when I was growing up, they always called it the wittiest or class clown. Every year I was nominated by our class, our grade or whatever, as the class clown or most wittiest. And of course, my wife's father was the vice principal, so she was very well known. We were very well known and very scrutinized throughout our whole dating time in high school. We got out of high school, both of us went to college, and doubled up in college so that we could get married. After dating 6 years, we got married. And 2.5 years after we got married, we had our first child. And December of last year was 30 years.
Congratulations.
So yeah.
Good.
She's still my sweetheart. And I used to, a funny story. Here in the U.S., we come out with these rubberized wedding rings because I don't know if you've heard, some people with the gold rings, they're slicing just filleting their finger if you fall just right or whatever. So I like black. I like to wear dark colors, and my wife ordered a pack of all of these, and I put the black one on. And where my wife stays at home, little funny tidbit, my wife stays at home with my daughter. She used to be so well known in the community that people just didn't see her anymore. And I was sitting in a restaurant eating, and a lady, a woman, which a girl that I used to date before my wife, comes up and just starts hitting on me. And I'm like, and I'm with my church. My mother is sitting like right beside me. And she's like, oh, let me get this for you. And kind of like rubbing herself on me. And I'm like, what's going on? And, of course, my mom and other people. And when one of the ladies in the church was like, that's enough. You can leave him alone. He's fine. And that was strange. And found out later that it had got around the community that because I was wearing a black wedding band, that my wife had died. Somebody was telling everybody that my wife had passed away and I was a widower. And so this lady, she was in her 40s. She was like a year or two younger than me. And this was just a few years ago. So she was in her late 40s, had been married a few times and not had a very easy way to go. And she thought that I was on the market because I was wearing a black band. So now that's why I wear the white one. And just the other day, a lady come up to me, and she was like, oh, you look real tired. And I mean, well, I grew up with a little bit of chivalry and, dating and stuff like that. This lady just kind of just putting herself out there. She's like, oh, you look so hot. I was working at the church, sweaty and everything. She says, you look so hot and you look so tired. She says, you just need someone to come home and rub your shoulders. And I was like, what?
That is
And,
funny.
and she said, your ring. And she held up her hand and she had on a white band. And she said, your ring. She said, I'm sorry about your wife. And I was like, well, my wife's fine. She's like, oh, well, I wear my white ring. 2 years ago, my husband went to heaven. He had cancer and he died and he went to heaven. And I thought, so I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, what am I supposed to, I guess I need to wear a flashing neon, or I don't know, LED ring saying not available, or I don't know, but that's the story. That's the story of how I met my wife.
Hanky, you need to ask a question if you want me to talk.
Okay. Okay. Well,
He's saying back to Derpy. It's like, well, ask away. You know what I mean? I've already told
yeah.
the family that I'm up late. I will set my alarm and be up later in the morning. So
Yeah. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I know it's what time is it
no,
actually there for you?
Nah, I'm not telling you time. I'm enjoying chatting to you. It's fun. If people are happy here chatting to us, then you know what I mean. I'm happy on the stream.
Well, your Skydozer's
It's
favorite
more
Spice Girl, or he's asking what your favorite Spice Girl is.
none of them.
None of them. What's Derpy Hooves' favorite type of music?
I don't really have a favorite kind of music. I hate drum and bass. I can't just do things that are just dum 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 noises. It has to have lyrics, and the lyrics have to have meanings.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say my favorite, and it might hit with you, is Super Chicks. They're a very old band, and they're a Christian band.
Okay.
And
yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh,
can
who's the lead singer of them? Oh,
let me get them up.
yeah. See, I used to be the vice president of a organization called Extreme Outreach, where we had Christian concerts. We had a lot of those people come.
Don't know. I don't want it to start playing. Please don't start playing. That'd be noisy in my ears. The best thing I can do, if I can find it, is send you a link
Yeah.
for you
Okay.
to check them out at
I'll
some
look
point.
at it. Yep. Have you ever heard of Newsboys? They're from back in the day when it was Peter Froehler. I really like him.
I don't know if I'm going to show my age by saying this because I don't know if people know my age, but the first ones I ever listened to was New Kids on the Block. I got their LP record. And yeah, that's the first one I got. Was New Kids on the Block. So
Which one was your favorite New Kid?
I can't tell you now.
Really?
I just like their music. And then after that, when I got my first CD player, this is how going back. You know, when the CD players, I got one for Christmas, and I stole my dad's Roxette CD.
Oh, okay.
So I know every single Roxette song. I know all the Cyndi Lauper. So I kind of like the older songs more than the nowadays songs.
Do you like Journey? Familiar with the band Journey? Don't
Possibly
Stop Believing.
That
don't stop believing.
And then there's Cranberries. They were amazing.
Yep.
So I'm kind of like all that kind of music. You know, I'm not stuck on one. If I listen to something and it's got a good beat and a good lyric, then I'll listen to it.
I actually lean pretty heavily on Weird Al Yankovic. I love it. I think that he is, as a musician myself, someone who plays, he just makes fun of other people's music. You know, it's a parody, but he's an actually great musician. Can play an accordion. He can play all kinds of stuff and can sing from Madonna to Michael Jackson to, all of this different stuff.
I quickly have to say 8-bit. We can be friends because I love happy hardcore. I just don't do the duh, but happy hardcore, like Force and Styles and stuff like that. As much as I didn't want to incriminate myself when I was in my teenage years, so from 16 to 22, we used to go to the things called the free parties where you would pull up in your car in a car park with lots of illegal substances and alcohol. Someone would get a phone call. You would follow them in a convoy to some big empty field that had a barn and they had a big music system set up, and you would have the night of your life. So, happy hardcore, I can do. Drum and bass. That's just a noise in my head, and I can't do that.
So you wasn't a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan.
They're good.
You like Red Hot Chili Peppers? Okay. Nirvana?
Yeah. If it's on, I wouldn't go out my way. But like I said, it's dependent on the song.
Yeah. REM. Do you like REM? Or is that before your time?
No, I know them. Like I said, I know all the old music because, my dad, as much as I don't want to say it, he liked having a drink and a smoke and all his mates round and house parties, as we called them back then. So him and all his mates would be there, big house full, and all the old classics on. So you got to then. Yeah. 8-bit. My favourite is Heart of Gold by Force and Styles.
Heart of Gold.
There's Dreamland, and all of them are brilliant.
Yeah. I just,
Sorry.
when it comes to music, I like someone with talent. Disturbed. I'm not their main type of music that they sing. It doesn't do it for me, the real hard metal, but when they did The Sound of Silence, I don't know if you've heard
I
of
hate
them.
that song.
Really?
I hate that.
No, have you heard their version?
My dad. Yes. My dad, when he passed away, the partner who he was with chose that song for his funeral, and it's just like it's a good song, but nah.
Was it the Disturbed version or Simon and Garfunkel or whoever, the older version?
No, it was the newer version.
Oh, okay. But with that,
so my dad passed away.
Yeah.
2020, my dad passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
2020. No, it happens.
Yep.
Everyone's born to die.
Yep. We're all dying. That's it. That's a great thing to end the stream. We're all dying. So, yeah. But yeah, no, as far as lyrically,
that's a slap.
Yeah. I don't know the name of the lead singer of Disturbed or whatever, but the man can sing. I mean, he lyrically smashed that song. He smashed that song. And you would think that somebody's like, all the time would not have the vocal range, but that man can sing. I mean, hats off to him. So, all right.
Wait, is there anything else? Sorry, I closed it. You said about sponsorship, and of course, China's a different time zone, and I've got, I won't do it too close, but I've got tracking numbers coming out of my ears from all my sponsors, and it's like,
well, for our race, we're getting sponsors in. The thing that I'm dealing with now, last week, I get this very suspicious text stating, "We have your package, and if you do not send us $49, and it was like DHL, click this link and send us $49 or we're sending your package back." And it was very clickbaity, like a scammer would do it. I'm like, I'm not buying that. And then they called.
I get it all.
Yeah. Then they called my number. And I didn't answer it because I didn't recognize it, but they left a voice message, and it's like, "This is DHL. We've got your package. If you don't pay $49, we're going to send it back." And I'm like, well, maybe it's real. And so I called.
I had the most.
Go ahead.
Carry on. No, I was going to say, I had the most funniest thing. Nightwing decided to send me a gift package over. So some t-shirt, and I knew he had found some funny t-shirts because he said I'm the meanest person he's ever met, but I'm hilarious. Because him being around was like looking after a teenage child. Oh my God. I love him to death, but he's a pain in the ass. So he found some funny t-shirts or saying, I put some American snacks in. Well, it got to the UK, and then the declaration form was damaged or something. So they messaged me and rang me, and they're like, oh, we got a package for you, but we need you to tell us what's in the package. And I'm like, well, it's a gift. I've no idea what's in it. And in the end, it got shipped back to Nightwing. And I'm like, you got to resend and like write down what's actually in it so that it gets through customs.
Yeah. Well, this one was, I won't say the name of it wasn't Jim Fan, was another sponsor. And they had put that it was straps, Velcro straps for strapping. And clearly customs opened it up. And there's a lot more in there than just battery straps, other things. And they were like, $49. You got to pay $49 or, so I basically paid $49 for like $100 worth of sponsored stuff that we're going to give away to pilots. So, but it happens. That's the tariffs.
See, your tariffs have got crazy. See, it's weird because when I get sent like all my packages and that, it's got all the thing and the value in that, and then it's got on their gift. Because if it's classed, like when I send over to you guys in America, I have to literally weigh every item. You have to do it online. I have to weigh every item. So I have to find out, like chocolate and that is all candy, and then trying to find baked beans was impossible to find on there. So I just put them down as bloody kidney beans and had to weigh it. And then I have to put it in a box, and then I have to weigh it with the box. So there is a whole list, everything in there. So if I ever send anything to anyone, it's like, look at the label, you know exactly what you've got in the box. And it asks you for the value of things. And I usually put the value of everything at like 50p. So maximum $1 your side. So when it hits your side, it gets through because it's like not expensive and it's classed as a gift. So it's the way it's labeled.
Yeah. And for those of you, I can say as someone who does it the opposite way sometimes. Derpy won one time on the channel, and I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I was just like, it's going to cost me more to ship it to you than it's worth. How about I just send you some PayPal? And because, shipping something from here.
And you can't send batteries.
Right. To England, if she was to win a set of motors or something, I got a bunch of motors that were, it would cost me more to ship her that than it would be for her just to go buy them, for me to give her the money and her to go buy them. So if she's promised you to send something out, give her some time that she can get a bunch of stuff together, and it kind of makes it easier on her and all that. But Derpy,
I was going to do that. I was going to do it to Heads because I've got some bits to send him. So inside his box is going to be a mini box that he's got promised that keeps sealed, and then he's going to give it away as a prize. So it won't be anything heavy. It'll probably be a few English snacks or something like that. But you're literally going to have, I don't know how he'll do it, but I'm hoping he'll do it with a way that even if people have to pay $1 or $2 to be added into the prize draw, get the incomes coming in for you guys. You work hard.
Well, if anybody can figure it out, it's Heads. I mean, I have utmost respect for. I wished I was closer so I could actually, spend some time, face to face with the guys, because I love them.
I wish that all the time. I wish that I was in America sometimes, because it'd be a blast.
And not to mention my mother, who's 75 years old. And if you're watching, Mom, I'm telling you, my mother has a big crush on Heads. She calls him the Silver Fox. So I'm going
to tell you something hilarious. Do you know Eminem? He done that latest video, didn't he, where he's got the blondie hair.
Oh, really?
And he was doing about the old, which is his latest song. One of the latest songs he done that was quite a hit. I'll send you the link to it. And it looked like Heads. It was hilarious.
So is that Is that like Heads? You think he's like Eminem incognito? We have to ask with
Yeah,
with the
it was
real.
the Houdini song. You know where he's I'm sure it's where he's got like the blondest hair. One bit, I I think I got someone to Photoshop head on it.
Heads is the real Slim Shady channel. It's an open door here. If something's going on in your life or a race or something that you would like to pop in for 10 minutes and say, hey, this is going on or whatever, feel free to just message me. And, you know, it don't have to be a full thing like this where I keep you up until the wee hours of the morning.
And you nearly 4:30.
4:30. Wow. Okay. That's usually
4:23 a.m.
ah.
But
So
then when you work night shifts, mind you, I haven't worked for a little while because I've been poorly. You know, when you do night shifts, you're 7:30 in the evening to 7:30 in the morning. You're awake.
so
You know what I mean? You're working.
so what you ought to do for me, and you can tell him that I ask you to, when you go to bed, just don't slip in real quiet. Just run in there and jump up and down on the bed 2 or 3 times, and then get off, and then slip in there.
Well, Mr. E.
Yeah.
Mr. E's in the kitchen washing up. He's a night owl.
Oh, he's a night owl too. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming out and being a guest. If there's, you know, ever anything that my channel can do for you, any kind of advertising that you need or whatever like that, just let us know and we'll help push it and promote it and all of that we can. And thank you.
The only thing coming up was British Championships on the 20th and 21st of September. So there'll be a live stream for that. So I might just drop that in your channel just so people can be nosy and watch me do really crap.
All right. Well, no, I don't think you'll do like crap. I think you're a pretty amazing pilot, and I wanna thank you for being such a gracious guest, and
I'll
putting
join
up.
you anytime.
All right. Well, and I'm gonna, once I'm done with this remodel, I am committing to be on FMV more.
Yeah.
Because
I missed you.
Yeah, it's
Because like last week I was on holiday, so I didn't do it, and this week it's like, oh, where is he? No, it's like, oh, we're probably preparing for this. So but I'm gonna let you go.
All right. Thank you.
Lots and lots of love, and catch it, and one for your wife.
All right. Thank you. You have
Bye-bye, everyone.
You have a great day. Derpy Hooves. Yes. All right. Gotcha.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah. Let me switch this camera back. That was the one and only Miss Derpy Hooves, guys. Yeah. Got Heads is up saying good night. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up so you guys can go ahead and start putting your good nights in there. We're going to wrap this show up tonight. I want to thank everybody. Big shout out to Derpy, and you know, we want to encourage you to watch her in the British finals or open, whatever it was called there. I don't remember. But support her. She'll drop a link in it. Drop in and see her on FMV on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And remember, wherever you're at, or whatever you're doing, rise up. I mean, keep flying. You got to remember that first. Keep flying and rise up and meet me in the air. Good night.